Hello collective, welcome back to the channel. We're going to do a read for us. We're going to touch right in, touch it in this base and see what's going on for the human race. What's going on for the collective, please, Spirit? What's going on for the collective? Please and thank you. Collective energy, please, Spirit. All right. In the central energy, we've got competition and rivalry, tension. In the challenge position, we've got the Four of Pentacles. So there's what? Whatever that is. Okay, we'll get more clarification. In the subconscious, Page of Cups, new love. So yeah, these mofos are out here thinking they're going to use their schwang to get them out of this freaking conflict. In the recent past, trickery and deception, fraud. Intentions and expectations. Queen of Swords, clear-minded. She knows all about what this little fraudulent little trickster lover boy's got going on. In the near future, we've got the Four of Swords. So there's recuperation and recovery from this betrayal. You could be planning for the future. The lens is being looked through. Sacrifice, letting something go. You've got deep insights into what's going on here. In the environment, we've got the Lovers. The Strength of Two together. Hopes and fears. Ace of Swords, mental clarity, and the outcome is the Ten of Cups, divine love, dreams come true, reconciliation, and a turn of the wheel. Okay, King of Cups. So we've got emotionally balanced King of Cups sitting here in his love energy. This is a completion of a cycle. And we've got the Ten of Pentacles, reward for persevering through the challenges. Somebody's in a tower. Somebody's in a tower because you persevered through your challenges. Collective energy, please, Spirit. Collective energy. So, conflict, rivalry, and disagreements. I wish you understood how I feel, he says. Greedy little mofo. Wanting to control the wealth, making mistakes here. So they're thinking about love. Oh, let me go use my schwang, get myself into somebody's freaking energy. And they're confused. Betrayal and deception and fraud in the recent past. A detachment. So those who are bringing trickery and fraud are being detached. Queen of Swords is here. She has clarity of mind, and she's like, you better back off, Jack. And there's no forgiveness. No forgiveness. Complete detachment. Get out of the house. You're making plans for the future here. Yeah, and so somebody sees you worthy and they'd like to have a conversation. Or maybe you're not talking to those that aren't worthy. We're just gonna, so yeah. Whatever that be, take it as it resonates. You're making plans for the future. There's conversation. Somebody sees you as worthy. Queen of Swords is up there, offering no forgiveness to these. There's a sacrifice here in the lens it's being looked through. For those whose values were all about money, those whose values are different, they don't rely on the truth. They're not faithful. They're kind of lazy and cruel and bitter. We got the Lovers here in the environment. Reunited. We've got the Ace of Swords. Clarity. Surgery. Overwhelmed. Somebody's overwhelmed by the truth here. Ten of Cups. So it's family contentment, divine love, irreplaceable. The way you love is not replaceable. So there's that. You got the shadow side here. Yeah, somebody is in regret for making a commitment with the shadows. They're married to the shadows. These ones who are bringing all this conflict to love. And it's an unexpected outcome. They're hurting from the damage they've caused. You're still trying to heal from all of this third-party crap. You know, you were here hoping for faithfulness, and they gave you this deceit. Now what? Now you're getting what? You're getting reciprocity. It could be you're getting a passionate something or other. Or maybe they're getting it. Maybe now they have to deal with reciprocity. This getting effed over like they did you. They're unsatisfied, feeling your absence and running away from their destiny, right? Because they got this destiny full of secrets and they want to fix the connection, or perhaps your connection has been fixed here with an irreplaceable love in this new chapter. While these ones who are guilty of fighting you and hurting you and trying to destroy the organic life of this realm, they're going to be in solitary confinement and they're being held back. They're going to have to do stuff on their own. They can't rely on anybody. They're going to have to go through what you went through, an extreme suffering, and hope that they survive it. I don't know. I don't think they will. Honestly. Because bullies typically aren't strong men. They just have real good sneak attacks on the unsuspecting and those who have no knowledge. So we've got a competition here, Five of Wands. They wanted to clash with you, and they're in disagreement over what's going on in the territory. They think you should understand how they feel when they did not care one bit about how you were feeling. They don't, look, origin in the reverse. So they don't have any vitality. They're getting cut out of the family tree. They're not able to grow anything. They didn't grow anything. They didn't grow anything. All they did was brutalize life and those who were trying to love them, because they wanted to control the foundation, and they thought, hey, I know how to do it. I'll just beat up the woman. And something I heard on the way home from these jackwagons, they're in court right now, and apparently they're being charged with chemically castrating the organic life here. So anyway, they made mistakes. And there's fate here. So they made mistakes trying to come after your fate, trying to come after your fortune. Maybe somebody gave them bad tarot readings. Maybe they were getting false information. So we got this dreamer, dreaming of a new love. They're very confused. They're unclear about where we stand. You're having sweet dreams. They're confused by your sweet dreams. You're detached from these fraudulent tricksters who just want to come up and F the world for money, little prostitutes. They couldn't make you homeless. So they're being detached. They can't live in your home. Like, yeah, you're not homeless. They weren't able to get rid of you. So they're being detached. The Queen of Swords knows the truth here, and there's no forgiveness. Yeah, they're in danger. They're in danger. There's no forgiveness for the danger that they caused, for the injury that they caused. You're resting, you're recuperating, you're making plans for the future. You got conversation here, and we have unworthy in the reverse. So it could be that there's somebody that's worthy. Yeah, we got loss in the reverse. So you're not going to be experiencing a loss. You're not taking the L. We've got sacrifice here of those. You're releasing those whose values are different. You know, they don't agree with your perception of reality. They don't agree with this union or this sacred divine connection that is like this. They don't agree with it. They just want to be third-party whores, and they want to get paid for it. But you're the one that has the wealth, so they have to F you over. They're not getting it anymore. They're never going to get it back. Bully, because they're a freaking bully. Look, 2 on 1, but there were a lot more than that. They bullied you hard. So there's a sacrifice here of those who have different values, and those bullies who were gossiping, spreading false rumors. In the environment, we have the strength of 2 together. The lovers are reunited, and they're high quality people, high value people. They're not this little third party bully scumbag, you know, out hurting people for money, stealing identities. We've got the Ace of Swords here, so there's mental clarity, and somebody is stressed out about it. Look, they don't know what to do. They don't know what to do about this promise. Maybe they're realizing that great idea that they made a promise for was not the best idea after all. Their ideas didn't work out. It was a false idea. It wasn't such a great idea to move against your promised connection here, your reconciliation. We've got the 10 of Cups union here, so you are coming together. The way you love is irreplaceable. You may have been praying for it. Maybe you're praying for it. Maybe you are now. It's time. It's time. It's the scheduled time. Yeah. So somebody was bribed or tempted by an easy life. They were tempted to gain an easy life, and you were the one who had it coming up. So they got themselves some commitments. They were committed. They wanted your money, the money that you have been saving, the money that you were coming into, the money that has been saved for you, your inheritance. They wanted it. So and now they're disappointed because your alliances are here and causing them a whole bunch of fright, locking them up, freedoming them. Yeah, and they're stressed out because you're the blessing. Look what they did. They've been rejected. They're going through withdrawals, and they're having supernatural disturbances. They could be messed up in the head right now. You've got mercy and kindness showing your way. And maybe you are mercy and kindness. You are inner peace. You're very calm here. And maybe that's your thing, is to help people. But they wanted to destroy you. For why? For helping people? They didn't want you to be liked. They didn't want anybody to recognize the value in you. They wanted to have domination and control over the minds and the actions of others, because they wanted a party hardy on your dime. And now they're worried because the marriages are happening between people who have earned great merit, you know, moral, honorable, ethical people who value the family unit, who value their husband or wife. you know? And it was a fantasy. It was in their imagination. They thought that they could take you out, and it could be that their mind right now is undergoing some severe weather patterns that they may need to survive. You know, because they did a lot of magic on you. They did a lot of magic on you, and you're okay. You're okay. You're stable. And those who are trying to rob you, they're going to be getting the death here. It's over for them. It's over. They're arrogant. Very, very arrogant about your eternal love. They collaborated with somebody. They wanted your experience. They wanted to take your knowledge. They wanted to take credit for for the work that you did. They cursed you. And so they cursed themselves. They curse themselves. They're cursed themselves. While you are promoted, you are the gift. And there's evidence of them trying to separate you from your kingdom spouse, and they fell into a trap. You persevered. And you remember what has happened here. There's a whole lot of stuff going on in the courts. These ones, you know, they have to give back the land. They have to give back everything they stole. They're in trouble because they were chemically castrating the organic life forms so that they couldn't procreate, so that they could take them into the science lab and then genetically modify whatever life was being birthed. Yeah, these guys are real freaking bad. Real freaking bad. They're in a lot of trouble, man. They're in a lot of trouble. Because they wanted to alter the original organic being with their chemicals, and by doing so, they could claim it as their own creation, when all it was a mutation. I'm not saying nothing about nobody, except for these vile, mad scientists whose goal was transhumanism. And they were, you know, successful in a lot of ways. I don't know how they're going to clean that up. So we've got the Five of Wands here. Territorial conflict. They're in disagreement. They don't have any vitality. They're getting cut out of the family tree. It's like, hello, goodbye. Whoa. Yeah, okay. Well, what do we got here? So these ones who F everything and anyone, it doesn't even matter. They're having health issues now. They're having health issues. And yeah, yes, you're letting them go. Yes, they're being let go. They're having health issues, and yes, you are letting them go. You're letting them go. They're getting cut out of the family tree. Like, they're not your family anymore. They're like totally, I don't even know. You know, they tried to eliminate the family trees of the people. They made it so they couldn't procreate. They wanted to totally eliminate the organic bloodline of these people. They wanted to chemically alter them, and they did, so that they could claim that creation and that new bloodline as their own possession. So they wanted to control the foundation and the wealth of these bloodlines. They made some mistakes coming after your fate. And it could be that they just had bad divination information. Air sign, intuition. Intuition. The red flags you ignore now will come back to bite you. So there could be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius using their intuition, and it could be that this Gemini, Libra, Aquarius made mistakes. I heard one of these masculine rulers or whatever complain to this curator. We put you in charge of interpreting blah, 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 blah. Well, he made mistakes interpreting the fate, and they're all mad now because it wasn't accurate, and they led them down a path of incoherence. They're confused. Little lover boy is confused, messed up in the head about your sweet dreams. They're unclear about where we stand. Oh, really? Oh, my goodness. Well, it's right there. You're getting let go. Yep. No commitments. No commitments. They're not getting any commitments. And be patient. Everything happens in just a few more months. In a few more months, good things come to those who wait. So they're confused about you being in a sweet dream. You're comfortable. Life is going well for you, and they're like, oh crap, that wasn't supposed to be like that. I mean, I've been causing all this trouble. And it's like, yeah, you're a jackwagon. So you're going to get cut off. You're going to get detached for all that betrayal that you did. You know what? And you could not cast away. You could not cause a failure for this Queen of Swords up here. Why do I have ants everywhere? Come on now. So we got the Queen of Swords there. She has mental clarity about the truth. There's no forgiveness for the accidents, for the danger, for the injuries that these ones have inflicted upon the organic life and the life of families and the children. There's no forgiveness. They can't, and these ones are like, well, compensation. It's like, you can't compensate for thousands of years of child torture and sex trafficking of the mother of souls. You can't do that. They can't compensate for that. It's an impossibility. And when they give the land back, the land, it's saturated with the energy and the blood of, annihilated whole peoples. I mean, it's injury, soul injury, spirit injury, fragmentation of bloodlines. The land is saturated with pain and trauma. So yeah, we've got move on. They're being told, so yeah, you're not going back. There's no going back, and they're being told to move on. You're unavailable. They're confused. It's like, what? It's like, yeah, get out of here. There's no forgiveness for all this injury that you caused, all the danger that everybody had to face and die for, So there is a Four of Swords here. You are planning for the future. There's a conversation happening with somebody who's worthy. Somebody wants to hear your voice. They see you as worthy. You did not lose. You're not suffering a loss. You're not in sorrow. There's nobody in sorrow about this. Look, we've got a gold digger here. It could be that you did not suffer a loss due to this gold digger. We got a gold digger here. I don't know. Is it? So let's check that out. They want your money being used. It could be that that you're not talking to this person. You're not going to acknowledge them with your conversation. We're going to have to get some more clarification out here. We got sacrifice, though. Here, the lens is being looked through. It could be that this gold digger here, you haven't lost. You haven't lost. The conversation is in the courts. You aren't unworthy, so you're not losing. But this gold digger here, it looks like, is going to be sacrificed because their values were all about money, and they got paid to bully people, to break their hearts, to destroy their faith, to try to destroy their love and their faith in God. Because of so much suffering, cycle after cycle. They're like, oh, it doesn't matter because once we're done with them, they go on to do whatever they're going to do. And it's like, no, man, it's a freaking soul trap. And these ones have been freaking participating in repetitive cycles of suffering for these souls. It's just not right. They can't compensate for it. That's the way I see it. Spy. So yeah, there's a bully spy. Sacrifice of those whose values were all about money. They bullied you. It could be that they're embarrassed. It could be that the bully is embarrassed. Someone's got their eye on you. They're being watched. I've heard these ones talk about being surveilled. Like every time they do magic, it's seen, and their phones could be tapped. I mean, these ones, they're not getting away with squat these days. So we got the power of two together, a deep love, reunited, high value. High value love. High value love. High value love. Confession. Somebody wants to tell you something. Somebody wants to tell you something. We've got the truth here, the Ace of Swords. Somebody's overwhelmed. They had a really bad idea about promising. They had a really bad idea to move against this promise. They're making a confession. The truth is out. There's confessions going on. So yeah, and I heard also on the way home, these nefarious ones, they were talking about somebody confessing confessing they said it was she. So there's a she here confessing about the chemical castration of the organic life here. So they're in trouble. They're worried. It's like, oh crap, that wasn't a good idea. They're stressed out by it. The truth is out here with this. They chemically castrated people that were coming together so that they couldn't have babies, and then they would have to go in to get that in vitro stuff, and then the science, you know, the mad scientists would do their thing. And I'm not saying anything about these babies. I'm saying that these ones had a plan. To alter the organic life, you know, with their own patented whatever, and then claim it as their own creation. And they were messing with the intellectual property of the Most High Creator, God and Goddess. These ones are in big freaking trouble. I don't care one bit about them. Yeah. So we've got no. Oh. No, you're not opening your heart. You're not opening your heart to these ones. Your heart is closed off. It's like, hello, get out. You made a promise to destroy the organic life, and it's the Most High God and Goddess's creation, her babies. I heard her talking. She said, my babies. These ones are in so much trouble. Divine Mother is pissed, but she's got better verbiage than I do. I tend to, whatever. There's been a lot of stuff going on. So you got the 10 of Cups here, true family contentment, irreplaceable love that you prayed for. You may have prayed for this. Cycles, and it's a new cycle. We're starting a new cycle. It could be that religion is starting a new cycle. Like there's going to be a whole new religion in this new cycle. Something's ending, something's beginning. It could be that the old religion is ending and a new one is beginning. People are going to see things a little differently once they find out what these ones have been doing here, playing God. And messing with the organic life, the actual intellectual property of the Most High God and Goddess. Yeah, this is bad news for them. They'll be back. They'll be back. Okay, so it looks like give it time. Give it time. They'll be back. Pregnancy. So it could be that, you know, the children or whatever, or the mothers and the fathers, I heard a while back, you know, the divines say that The men will be remasculated. So there will be organic life coming back. You just got to give it some time. Things need to be, you know, cleared up, cleaned up. So there could be use caution here with intimacy on a date night. Now, this could be that there's somebody trying to come back in to get you pregnant, right? So give it time, use caution in intimacy during a date night, okay? Because you got somebody at a distance trying to manifest a honeymoon with you with a love spell. Yeah, they're having challenges because they got cut out of your energy. They can't manifest squat without the energy of the divine feminine. These dirty little rats. So yeah, just use caution there, because they're there. So, and I heard this little curator boy, evil little schmuck, he was saying, where's she going? And he's like, we need to get there first. So they're spying through some looking glass. They know that you're about ready to partner up with your divine, and they are, they're wanting to beat this person to the punch. They want to get there first, and they want to present themselves as your true. So use caution there. Yeah, so we got some stuff going on. Lots of stuff is happening. So those who were bringing conflict to you, they're being cut out of the family tree. They're losing their vitality. It could be that they're losing their energy, and they're in disagreement about this. It's like, hey, you didn't want to settle down with anybody. You don't even know who or what you are or who you want to sleep with. You're having health issues, and you're getting let go because luck is now on the side of these irreplaceable love unions, these high value unions. You gotta move on down the road, gold digger. They prostitute themselves for money. It's a freaking global thing. And it's not just money, you know, it's like flesh suits. So they get married, and then they go gently unalive that one, and then their demon lover or whatever takes ownership of the host. It's a whole big thing. It's ugly. It's ugly. Whoa, what do we got here? We got diamond in the reverse. So these people, they're not diamonds. They're not of value. They have no value. This says you'll be receiving or giving a precious gift. They're not getting any precious gift. They're getting let go. They're not a diamond. They are a lump of coal. They have no value, except for maybe to, you know, stoke the furnace with. Whatever. So they're challenged because they were wanting to control the foundation. We've got an air sign that was using their intuition to what was that? They were using to interpret the fate, the readings, the tarot, and they didn't do it well. They miscalculated, they told a false story, they led everybody down a path of incoherency, and you know, they screwed themselves basically. While they were screwing everything in the world, they also screwed themselves. So they're feeling tied down and frustrated. They really messed up. There was a misunderstanding. Yeah, this person that was in charge of using their intuition to interpret the fortune telling, they misunderstood what they were doing, and they're feeling tied down. They're bound to that. They're frustrated by that. They could be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We got a Page of Cups here who's looking at new love and sensitivity, and it's like, ooh, you know, and they're confused by your sweet dreams. You're comfortable. You don't need this person in your life. You're not offering a commitment to anybody. You're waiting just a few more months. You're like, I'm waiting, man. I know what you little dogs are out here doing. And you know what? I love the dog and the pig. And I just can't stand it that sometimes those terms are used in a derogatory manner, because I don't think these ones are they don't have that kind of value. They just don't. Scales in the reverse. So the scales were completely imbalanced. They didn't share anything. They betrayed love in the worst freaking way. And they stole the wealth out of it, and the happiness out of it, the faith out of it, the trust out of it. And they're being detached. They're being detached because you survived. Look, and we've got bird perched, waiting for news, package, or letter. They're waiting for the news. And the news is that they're being detached. They got to give back all the land. They got to give back all the wealth. They've got to give it all back because they couldn't unalive the Queen of Swords. She knows the truth. And she's not forgiving them for the danger, for the injury, for the accidents. There's no going back. They're told to move on, get on down the road. I don't even care where they go. I don't know where they're going. It all depends on where the Most High sends them. Caterpillar, things will not always be this way. A change is coming. They got to move on down the road. They're not going to be here in the future. They don't get to stay in the territory. You're making plans for the future. You're recuperating. We've got conversation with the worthy. You're not taking an L. We got a gold digger here who wants to use your money. And desk. They didn't pay attention to their work. It could be that they didn't have a job. They were too busy stealing. So they didn't pay attention to their work. Their only job was, how good of a thief they could be by betraying love. They didn't pay attention to their work. So there's sacrifice of those whose values were all about money. They bullied people in order to get it. They bullied people. They unalived people, and they're being spied upon. They're being watched. They're being surveilled. Everything they do is being watched. Shield. You need to defend yourself. So yeah, there's a shield here. They may need to defend themselves. They're being spied upon. There's research going on about what they did. The lovers are here, the strength of two together. They are reunited. They are high value. And there's a confession here. Someone has something to tell you. Cobweb. You're protective. You're protected from negative forces beyond your control. You're protected. Somebody wants to confess something. The truth is out here. So overwhelmed. It was a really bad idea to move against your promise. They want you to open your heart and you're like, no. No. Control your anger or you will be sorry. It could be that you're controlling your anger and they better or they're going to be sorry. And what do we have here? We have triumph over trouble and obstacles. So there's that. And we've got victory in some endeavor in the reverse. So it could be that you triumphed here. So you're not opening your heart. It's like, no. These people need to control their anger. You're like, I'm not opening my heart to you. They need to control their anger. They didn't win. You did. Because the truth is all out here and you're not opening your heart. They made a freaking move to try to destroy love and faithful partnerships. They tried to pervert partnership, friendship, relationship, and they still did. There's a lot of paranoia out there because every time, in cycle after cycle of birth and death, I have 3 memories of being unalived by a spouse. So it happens all the time, And if it wasn't in the physical, then it's in the spirit, in the astral realms, I don't know how many times I slit my throat and stuck a knife and dragged it through my heart space. There's been so many times that the organic people, the light-bearing people have been sacrificed and then bound to some other realm while these little jackwagons pull off of their spiritual inheritance. It's a nasty, nasty crap, man. You've got the 10 of Cups here. The way you love can never be matched. You're irreplaceable. You're entering into a new cycle. That's ending. It could be that there's a new cycle for a religion or the way that people pray. We've got Bull. Do not back down from opposition. Show strength and fortitude. You're not backing down. You are not backing down. You're like, man, this is mine and I'm going to have it. And we got Romance in the air. So romance is in the air. Family wishes come true. Family wishes come true. And it could be in April. You might be meeting somebody in April. Look, there's a major challenge to overcome. You're overcoming it right now. It's in the courts. Family matters. Family matters. And you've got a path with money on it. And it's not going to be a temporary situation. It's going to be for sure. And yeah, there's that. Okay. And we got a whole nother half a deck here, so let's get some out of this. I'm moving through this pretty quickly. Just an update on what's happening. They call it restitution. They have to give the land back. They have to give everything back. And it's just disgusting because there's so much pain and so many wandering spirits, you know, that needs a great healing. Not only that, but they were robbing graves and they were binding the bloodline and then extracting the genetics out of the bones that they were digging up and then claiming that as their own. Cracked up, dissatisfied with life. These ones are not a diamond. They're very low vibrational people. They were not satisfied with life and with what they had going on. They're being disconnected from the family tree for fighting, for sacrificing people, for betraying love, for betraying, you know, trust. Work, achievement, success. Work, achievement, success. So they could have had a misunderstanding of what it meant to be successful. They feel tied down and frustrated. They misinterpreted. They made mistakes when they were interpreting the fortune telling. This Page of Cups, lover boy, is confused about your sweet dreams and the fact that you're here by yourself. You're very satisfied by yourself. You're having sweet dreams. You don't have a commitment. You're waiting on a commitment. It's like, get out of here, little broho. I don't want to have anything to do with you. And so we've got spiritual development, enlightenment, awareness, and understanding. You're here. Your torch is lit. And you're like, you better take that little wand of yours and get out of here, little buddy. Actually, that's a cup, but he can just get out of there. You're being patient. Just a few more months. You're like, nope. I'm focused on my own inner fire and my own enlightenment and understanding of this circumstance. And you don't need anybody in here trying to twist your mind about it. They're here in the recent past. Trickery and fraud. The scales. So they're not balanced. They're waiting for a package, a letter. They're getting detached. They were not able to cause this Queen of Swords to get cast away. She's there revealing the truth about everything. She knows the truth. This is like sorrow over a loss. Yeah, she did not lose. They could not get her to lose. They could not get her outcast. And she's getting together with friends. So she's got her friends here that are, protecting her? That are there with her? She's there. No forgiveness for the danger and the injury that they caused. There's no going back. They move on down the road, and things will not always be this way. It's changing for the better. We got changing for the better. So you got the Four of Swords there. You're making plans for the future. There's conversation with those who are worthy, who did not cause any damage. You're not suffering a loss. There's a gold digger here who did not pay attention to their work, or maybe they don't have a job, and maybe their work was, thieving and stealing, but they got too busy, drinking and drugging and effing this and effing that, getting all prideful, thinking that, wrapped up in their arrogant attitude. Dealings or relationship with a man with blonde, gray, or white hair. So it could be a fair man here, this gold digger. Look. Oh, that one goes there. So it could be, so there's a fair man with blonde, gray, or white hair, the gold digger, who was not paying attention to their work. So there's a sacrifice here for those who have values that are not like yours. They bullied you and caused you embarrassment. They gossiped about you. They defamed your character. And they're being watched. They may be needing to defend themselves. Whatever. Whatever they did to you is happening to them. You may be an older woman. It could be that maybe you have a shield. Maybe you are an older woman who has a shield, and you're being watched. Like these ones who bullied you, they're They're being watched. They're being surveilled now. So you got the Lovers here. Strength of two together. It's a choice. It's a deep love. Reunited. Reunited. So your high value here, and we got somebody here that is making a confession. You're protected from the negative forces beyond your control. They may want protection, but they were behaving stupidly. This is a turkey trying to confess. The truth is out. They're overwhelmed. It was a really bad idea to move against you and your kingdom spouse, your connection. They need to control their anger or they're going to be sorry. They did not gain a victory and you're not opening your heart to them. You're like, no, and you're triumphed over these troubles and these obstacles. You're like, get out. You are on the road to success. You have triumphed over these challenges. So you've got the 10 of Cups here. The way you love is irreplaceable. There's a new cycle about ready to begin. And do not back down from opposition. Show strength and fortitude. It could be a new beginning that you have been praying for, or it could be a new beginning regarding religious beliefs. Take it as it resonates. Somebody's suffering a heartache over what they no longer have. It could be that somebody, that could be that religion, somebody who's religious is suffering from a heartbreak over what they no longer have. Because they have to give it back. Restitution, they have to give it back. There's no way they can compensate for everything. They've spent everything. They nearly wiped out all of life on this planet, in this realm, due to their chemical alteration. You may have a distant friend thinking of you. Somebody may be thinking of you there in the distance. Here, having a conversation. All right, so 5 of Wands, conflict. Those who brought conflict are being evicted out of the family tree or out of the family whatsoever. They're losing their vitality. They could be losing their gifts, their psychic sight, or their ability to astral travel or remote view or do any of that kind of stuff. They are not a diamond. They're cracked up. They were dissatisfied with life. They're just this little lump of coal. And rather than work on themselves, they decided to go be a sexual hoe bag. And they effed everybody and everything. And it didn't matter. And now they're having a health issue. And they're being let go because luck is on your side. Yep. It could be a scholar. A scholar. Somebody who taught people how to behave this way. So they were greedy. They wanted to control the foundation. They were using their intuition. They ignored the red flags. Okay? This air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, they were trying to use their intuition. They ignored the red flags. They made mistakes interpreting oracle data. They're feeling tied down and frustrated, and they're having a misunderstanding. They misunderstood what the data meant. This was their work. They misunderstood what it meant to achieve success. They misinterpreted the information, and they led everybody down a path of incoherency. They tried to destroy the organic life and to claim it as their own, and which means that they are in big trouble because they messed with the intellectual property of the Most High creators. By mutating it, gathering it and mutating it. Child. This is a child. So this person speaks with a boy's voice, but they're not. This person was in charge of the transhumanist program. So we got a Page of Cups here who's curious and confused about you having sweet dreams. You're just fine on your own. You're fine on your own. You're not making any commitments. You don't have any commitments. You're not married. You're having sweet dreams. You're comfortable on your own. You're patient. You're not going to be looking for a relationship or a partnership or whatever. you're developing your own spiritual strength, your torch. You're lighting your torch. You're enlightening yourself, and you're gaining understanding, and you're doing it all on your own. And you're having sweet dreams. And they're like, well, how could that be? I mean, this teacher here, this scholar said, well, we needed to do this and do that. And it's like, dude, you were misled. You were misled in a big way. Yeah? Pleasure seeker. Pleasure seeker. You're not a pleasure seeker. You're not out there manipulating others, stealing energy, casting spells, messing with other people's minds, stepping all over their free will. You're not doing that. You're focused on your own spiritual growth and your own achievement of knowing thyself. And you did it all alone. You did it all alone. So you've got this Seven of Swords here. Somebody is not balanced. They're just fighting. They were not able to balance themselves out. They're waiting on a news package or letter. They're getting detached. In the courthouse, they're getting separated from this family tree, or they're getting separated from you. They have to give everything back, all the land, all the wealth, and this stuff needs to be cleaned up and purified in a big way. Everybody needs to be healed in a huge way. It's just awful what these ones did. Look, constancy in the reverse. So they weren't consistent in what they did, and they weren't able to cause sorrow or a homelessness for this for your friends. It could be your friends, getting together with friends. You've got friends here. Queen of Swords has the truth. She's not forgiving them for the damage and the harm that they did, the injuries. There's no going back. Move on down the road. There's no mercy here, man. Where was the mercy for the children? Where was the mercy for the mothers of souls when they got sex trafficked? There was no mercy. It will not be this way forever. We've got a change for the better is coming. The golden rule isn't a joke, man. Treat others as how you want to be treated. And these ones were so freaking bad. They can't. They absolutely cannot compensate for what they've done. They just can't. I don't know how they're going to atone for this. I just don't. I mean, they're getting cut right off. They're losing their vital force. And I guess that means they're losing their light. They got to go into the shadows that they've been playing in and hurting people in and sending people to. It's like there's an exchange, I think, happening. I hope that there's an exchange. Like those that they trapped there are going to be getting this vital force and released out of that binding. I hope, if their soul isn't too fractured. That's what I'm hoping. But I don't know. I don't know how this higher stuff works, Look at this. They're in despair. They're in despair. There's no forgiveness. There's no mercy. There's just too much damage. And the heart is black. The heart is black. Oh, but I speak with a cute boy's voice. Oh, but I speak respectfully. And in the back of their mind and in the shadows, I hear them talking about prostituting the feminine. Black, evil hearts. Black, evil hearts. But here we got, you're making plans for the future. There's conversation. You're seen as worthy, or you're having a conversation with somebody who is. You're not suffering a loss. There's cheerfulness here. There's a wedding. There's cheerfulness here. There's a wedding. Look, 10 of Cups. The lovers are here. The gold digger is a fair man. Blonde, gray, or white hair. They didn't pay attention to their work. They're a gold digger. They didn't try to increase the value of their soul. They just decided to go F the world and everything in it. Thought it was a great idea. They're not getting the money. They're not getting the money. This gold digger is not getting the money. They didn't pay attention to the work. They're losing everything. There's a sacrifice here. Their values were all about money, and they bullied people bad for it. They injured people bad for it on a repetitive basis every single day. They were out there doing this. This was their work. While you while you were here on your own, lighting your freaking fire without help. Without help. You were being patient, waiting for our divine timing while you were cleansing and purifying and keeping your mind and your energy and your heart, you know, in this sweet state. Got your fire lit. You're ready for this commitment. It's coming, you know. You weren't out here seeking pleasure. You were doing the hard work, man. You were doing the hard work. Lighting your fire, lighting your internal fire. And these ones were doing their best to squash it, to take it out. They wanted to kick you out of your house. They wanted you homeless. They tried to unalive you. They wanted your flesh suit. And they wanted your identity. They still do. They still do. Look, enemy. You weren't an enemy. You were not their enemy. You've got friends here. You're not suffering a loss. These ones were inconsistent in their effort to unalive you. They weren't paying attention to their work. And one of them said, what was a feminine said? Something about something, and she goes, something about something, and I can't stand half-assedness. Like these ones were half-assed. They should have been successful, but they were half-assed. They were too busy out here effing the world and spending money and getting drunk and high. Arrogant. Thought they'd never lose, you know, thought that they'd never get caught. Look, they're in sorrow here. Because this older woman has protection. And somebody's spying, like they got their eye on this situation. They're in sorrow over this. This bully is getting sacrificed or let go, going on a journey, transitioning into some other realm. The lovers are here with a deep love. They're reunited and they are protected from negative forces beyond their control. They're seen as high value. And there's a turkey here who's making a confession regarding behaving stupidly to a sweetheart. They were behaving stupidly to a sweetheart. This sweetheart in this part of this union. They tried to mess her up. They bullied her. They hurt her. They had fun with it. They thought it was a great idea. And now they're overwhelmed because they're discovering it wasn't a great idea after all. The truth is out. They need to control their anger or they're going to be sorry. They didn't win. And look, merchant. They wanted to sell your energy or your flesh or whatever to this merchant. They wanted you in the sex trafficking thing. They may have made a promise. They may have to honor that. You've triumphed over this. You are on the road to success. And no, you're not opening your heart to this person. It's like they did not get the victory over you. They're mad. They're real mad because they've got contracts with this merchant. I don't know what they got, but it wasn't a good idea. Could be widower. They may have lost their spouse. 10 of Cups. You're coming into a true divine love. You're irreplaceable. The way you love is irreplaceable. This is a new cycle. And we've got do not back down from opposition. Show strength and fortitude. You're not backing down. And we've got religion here. There's a heartache over what they no longer have. It could be that there's a new cycle regarding religion. It could be that these people who were praying on your downfall, they could have been reciting prayers to trap you or to curse you. I mean, and they've lost everything. They could be a religious person that has lost everything. Look, letter. So they got this letter here. They're frustrated and sad over losing everything. The Lord is here. The Lord is here. And they're sighing because they're getting put in prison. They're getting put in prison. Oh, what? They're sick over the fact that they couldn't cause you a misfortune. They're sick about it. And they could be literally sick because they can't tap into your energy and revitalize themselves. They're in melancholy. They're very upset because you are happy here. There's a celebration here. Yeah, there's a widower. Somebody made their journey. Somebody's lost their spouse. They need consolation. They could be praying. They might be asking for forgiveness, but there's no forgiveness here because they are the foe of those who are coming into reunion, the stars and the suns, the Lord and this sweetheart, whatever, they're in trouble. Yeah, and the wife never gave up hope. She never gave up hope for her family. And everything that they said and everything that they were planting through her mind was a lie. It was a lie. And you all know this V2K or voice to skull technology and this other kind of false telepathy. They can run stuff through the mind, which makes all this negative self-talk a real challenge, because you have to put forth effort to stop the flow of this false telepathic communication that they flood the mental bodies with. Negative self-talk. They want you to think badly of your body. They want you to think badly of your life. They want you to think badly of yourself. They want you to see yourself as a loser. They want you to be angry with whatever's happened in your life. They don't want you to do the inner work here. It was a service, and they had great fun with it. They may have even been a lover. Yeah, attacking love. This old woman is a haughty servant. She's a servant of the dark here. Can't get out of her mind. Getting all up in her thoughts over you're a faithful friend. You were a faithful friend. And this thief may have unalived you. And it could be that this thief is going to be unalived because of what they did to be seen as a young woman and to attain gifts. They may be waiting right now for a house, like they're sick. So the house is the body. They need a flesh suit that they can walk into. They're really sick about it. There's a surprise coming up out of the water, and it may be a fortune. There's a fortune of something in the water. There's a conversation happening about it. There's a messenger talking to this soldier. It could be a priest who is fighting with you for your love, for your life, for your status. They didn't want to be overwritten. They wanted to be seen as the authority. They wanted to be seen as the ones who have this connection to God, but they couldn't even interpret the messages correctly. This curator said that it was his job. He was tasked with bringing trans families together, and that is chemically altered, intellectual property of the Most High, God and Goddess creators. His job was to transmute it, to transform it, to mutate it into a transhuman, and then claim it as their own creation. So this is big bad, nasty stuff that they're having to answer to the Most High Divine for in the spiritual courts right now. And this may be announced in March. Spirit said that there was going to be a lot of things announced publicly this month. So be on the lookout for that. I'll see you on the next one, everybody. Bye.